Hey everybody, how's it going? It's the Otter Samurai here with another exciting episode of the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition. Last episode we ended up finding a bunch of new endings, some that even their famous YouTubers couldn't find, or at least they didn't manage to find, they didn't take the time to look for them, but I found them, ha 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 ha. So let's get back into the game. What time is it? Does anyone really truly know? Of course they don't. Sorry, holding back a burp. Nobody knows anything. You and I don't even know each other. We're like strangers. Strangers in the night. Sure, I've adjusted all the game settings to your exact specifications, but who hasn't? It's just what I do, like a day job. And now, the job is over. There's no more information for me to gather. I've collected all the data on you that I can. I still don't really know you. And you don't know me. Neither of us know what time it is. I guess some settings are just unsettable. But if I'm totally being honest, the clock doesn't do anything in the game anyway. You won't have me here when the game starts next time, but that's okay. Video games are meant to be played alone. You like being alone, don't you? Shut! That's maybe the only information I really learned about you. Well, time for me to leave. Still, one more setting we need to adjust, but it may take a little time before I'm ready for that. Not really my job description, but that's okay. Perhaps you'll see me again, if you can find me. Talk soon. PTYL, girl. I love this game so freaking much. It's the best. Stanley, you're not supposed to do that, Stanley.
This is the.
Yeah, we know. It's the story of a man named Stanley. We know.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Meeting today in the meeting room for that. Bucket!
Where are we going
Bucket,
today?
bucket.
The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
Yay, bucket adventure. 420 blazing. I'm pushing all the buttons, Bucket. What do we do, Bucket?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Yeah, but we're going to be looking for more Stanleys today. I think we got 4 out of 6.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was.
It really was.
How insightful the bucket
Thank you,
turned
Bucket.
out to be.
I love you, Bucket.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Bucket's never wrong.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Nope.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact.
Bucket.
He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken
I forgot
to him,
if I tried to
and
go
he
for that ending,
unthinkingly did whatever
or
the
that-
bucket asked.
I'm going to get the Bucket ending in. I really don't want that Bucket. We saw it last episode. Don't need to see it again.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley
Okay,
once
bucket.
again obeyed blindly.
Alright, we're going to try for the phone ending, but this time...
Now pick up the...
Hello? That's so blinding. Oh, thank God.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend.
Where's my bucket?
And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Hello? 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 Where's my bucket? Where is my bucket? Somebody stole my best friend. and I'm gonna kill them for it. Where is my best friend? Where is my best friend? Am I supposed to be doing something here? There's my bucket! There's my baby. Hello, Stanley, it's me, a bucket. Press to take me to work with you.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
No, it's the bucket talking to me, dude.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Back to work,
I'll try
bucket.
anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk.
Nope.
All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location.
That's
That's
my best
it.
friend you're talking about.
It doesn't do anything else.
You're bad-mouthing my friend, and I will not have this slander. Now, where is my best friend? Where is my best friend, narrator? There's my best friend.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket.
Hello, baby.
You know, once upon a time, it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to.
I
Now
love you,
all
baby.
he cares about is his awful bucket. His stupid hunk of metal.
Hey, baby.
It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket.
He's
This
my best
sort
friend.
of shiny bucket.
I love him.
Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
You believe me, I'm real. Don't you, Stanley? Take me home.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket.
It's a sexy
It's
bucket.
just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid.
It's my favorite
Like it would be
bucket.
better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Press triangle. Relive the same day with me over and over.
Oh my God, what am I
Hey,
saying?
bucket.
Better
Love
at
you.
carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Because it's my best friend.
Oh no. I'm having feelings for the bucket. No.
Bucket?
No. What's
Baby?
going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do
Baby,
anything
bucket,
it
where you
asks.
at?
What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes. The
Ooh,
bucket
bow,
could tell me what to do
bow.
in this troublesome situation.
We're gonna fuck the bucket. Fuck it, the bucket.
Stanley, give me the bucket.
No,
Give
this
it
is
to
my
me.
bucket.
Give me
No.
the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me
My
now.
bucket.
Give it,
Look,
or I'll...
My baby, not yours. Nobody touch me. Go back to work, Stanley. Yes, bucket. I love you.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could
Alright,
it
bucket.
mean?
Sorry, sweetie.
Stanley
this one I gotta
decided to
leave you
go to
behind.
the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I have to leave you behind this time, okay, sweetie? Mwah. Love you. Because I don't know where the furnace is one. They said something about a furnace for a Stanley.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Oh, there's something there. I'll have to check that out later.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yes.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
Stanley.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and Marines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it.
Yeah.
We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them. And now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
Yep.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Stanley left because he got what he needed. Might as well just begin the game again. We already went through the blue and red door endings. We don't need to do those again. Oh, God, my nose is so stuffy. I hate this. I hate the spring season. My favorite season is fall, winter. Especially winter with the snowy season.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, we're gonna go to the meeting room so I can figure out that clue. Bucket, I love you, baby, but you gotta stay there for a bit, okay?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nearby a fireplace. What fireplace would this be? Would that be the boss's office? That's the only thing I could think of.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Alright. He's got a fireplace, yeah.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss, Stanley, was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible,
fireplace.
He didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Yeah.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
I don't need your damn music, I just need to find the last Stanley. Okay.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Stanley, there's supposed to be something by a fireplace, I think it said. There you are.
And there it is. The last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward.
Damn straight.
I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here, and now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Okay. Good. Lovely. Here, I gotta go blow my nose for a sec. I'll be right back.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Lights.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Sorry. I got distracted. Something about, like, there's a post, there's a page I follow about, like, monster fuckers, and they're like, we can't allow Huggy
Now
Wuggy
the
stuff.
monitors jumped to life.
Lights, camera.
Their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
There I am. There's mine. Oh, there's nobody there. Was there a glitchy one? Oh, yeah, there's a glitchy one right there. What number is that? Can we access it? I'm not going to be able to know that number. Oh, I'm stupid. It's just 234. Action!
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Justice is not blind, it's cross-eyed.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled
blue,
with emotions.
yellow, green,
happy,
purple.
or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
Oh, those are lights.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
As is the hero's duty. 1, 2... I wonder what would happen if I turned it on. Oh, so delightfully evil. I got 1, 2 over there, 3 right here. I'm guessing 4 and 5 are over. Well, this is 5. Where's 4? I'm sure I'll find it. Let's turn it on. Nothing bad could happen.
And when at last he found the source of the room's Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Yes.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Yes. Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave.
Nah.
If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
Shit.
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation, then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much
one
better
red.
than what I
One
had
red.
in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk
Two
about
purple.
you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment
What?
of solace before you're obliterated.
One blue.
All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
Yellow 4.
Other
Yellow
times,
4.
I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let
5.
it burn to a crisp.
What's
I have
4?
to
What's
say
4?
this, though. This version of events has been rather amusing.
Nope.
Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see
4?
it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next
Shit.
go-around will be even better.
Where's
My
4?
goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much.
Oh, no,
You know what?
no.
To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not?
I don't know
These
where 4
are
is.
precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Shit, is there...
Oh,
Was 4
dear
not
me, What's
exist?
the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look
3
at
blue.
you.
3 blue. 3
Running
blue.
from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red
no.
button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That
Blue.
this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment.
What? No.
But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your
Oh,
death.
shit.
You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy.
Wait.
You wanted to control this world, that's fine.
Fuck.
But I'm going to destroy it first.
Green
you
5. Green 5.
can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice.
Fuck.
Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Ah, shit. Well, shittery dootery diggly sticks. We blew up. I'm alive. Take that, robot bitch.
Stanley, I'm
What?
sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines.
What?
Those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking
Figglers?
about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness?
Yes, no, let me go.
Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Ah, the Zen Garden. Now remembering when Stanley found the collectibles. The memory zone. Audience award. The BAFTA. Good times. Oh, it's good times. More of a
Here's
fight.
where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain?
This was right on
We
the
were
screen.
so innocent.
will never be like that again, Stanley.
Wait. Hell? 7 out of 6. Okay then.
And here was a second Stanlerine.
I
I'll be
remember
honest, back then I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone
that the second
6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Yeah, nope, can't go that way.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
The boss's bathroom, I think.
Hey, that's exactly right. It
Yes.
was here in the boss's bathroom. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them.
Well, I have 9 out
I'm
of
glad
6
these
now.
moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all,
We're gonna go for
science tells us
200%.
that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
Like sex. You never forget your third time. Or bottoming.
Let's see, what came next?
What? I've never seen this room in my life.
Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room.
Is it
Oh,
'cause I
well,
said
I can't
bottom,
actually say
'cause,
I
you know, apple
remember
bottom
being in
jeans
this
right
room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
No it didn't. Whatever the hell this room is, this makes no sense. Okay.
This was the 5th mini Stan, and this one was really something special. It was by the red and blue doors. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
How you find it, baby? It's using Windows Movie Media Player. What's that in there? It's Mini Stan 5! You found it near the red and blue doors. Thanks for watching. Credits, narrator. Best boy, narrator. Art Stanley.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Oh, the best 8 minutes of your life, huh? Guess you can't last that long. Nope, no way.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible.
Yeah,
the
right here.
final figurine, right here behind the boss's office. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others.
Well, yeah.
Who can truly say how the mind works?
What about the one
All
that was
I
on
know
the
is that
catwalk?
this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Oh, you know, I bet the Apple, like, replaced it. Whoa. You are in the present. Now,
and then
you are
there
looking
was
at
no
now,
more,
sir.
because we've caught
when
up
we
to the
when we
present
see them,
moment.
just then.
Nothing left
Just
to
then, you
do
missed
but
them
move
just then.
onward
What
into the
will then
future.
be now?
Goodbye,
Right
memory
now,
zone.
sir. What am I looking at? You're looking at
no,
now.
I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
What am I looking at? I guess Jacksepticeye never seen Spaceballs.
Okay, yes.
Otherwise, it'd be
the
very
back
clear
of
to
the
see
boss's
the reference
office.
there.
I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind.
Oh, yeah,
Let's keep going.
recent.
I want more.
I want 300%. I don't want 100%. I want 200%. I want 3.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
I think so.
Yes, I love that video.
Oh my god. I didn't expect that. Oh my god. I do like this room though. It's nice.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room though. A solid room.
I wouldn't mind having a room like this. I bet it'd be calming to sleep in.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
I need a trophy for this, sir. Down, down, down we go.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going.
Go, Stanley, go. I want you to collect all of them again.
This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Collect them all. Oh, hey, maybe, that achievement... Wait. This is different.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now.
Jump up and get down.
Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More memories.
Okay.
Ah, shit, yes, back there. The two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
Oh.
And before everything else, there was your office. Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
What?
Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely?
Yes,
perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again.
No, you're not allowed to.
I want to get back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling this story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay. You'll never get rid of me. Oh, hey, maybe that achievement's fixed, the broken one. Let's go see if we can hit it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Hey,
A
baby.
good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction.
Wait. Where's the new content? Hold on a sec. Hold up. Check it out. Did I miss the door or something? Wasn't it right here? Can I not go back? Ah, fudge. Or maybe
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Ah, fudge. Wait, maybe I wasn't supposed to grab the bucket.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever.
Wait, let's see. Begin the game again. Let's see what happens. Maybe I wasn't supposed to touch the bucket. I want that broken achievement. Man. What the? This is different.
Ah, the embrace of an old friend. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
What the fuck? Where did all the offices or all the computers go?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Yeah, baby, I know.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Nope. This is a thingy. I wonder if the game gets affected every time you try to start or begin a game again without actually doing anything in it. That's why it turned into just a hallway of offices.
Oh, good Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Hey, we care about
You see,
Stanley.
your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley.
Hi, big baby.
We've come together
I remember
here because
setting
we
you on
care
fire.
about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't
Hey,
even
baby.
from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it.
My bucket,
Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Okay. My room. This is my closet. This is Bucket's home. I will not have you slander it. Okay? Bye, baby. Stay away from fires, okay, big guy?
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well. Now this is what the Stanley
back to music.
Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue? Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
What?
It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
My virginity? I already gave it up to the hookers. And the blow. Okay. This line is going somewhere creepy. Bucket, I love you. I will protect you.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
No.
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character.
No.
This is the Bucket Destroyer.
Oh, fuck you.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
Nope. You will not kill my baby.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out
Does
for
my
you.
taxes?
Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
No. No.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about?
I will throw myself in before the
Certainly
bucket.
not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this.
Nothing.
Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the
Bucket
classic
Destroyer.
Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
What?
The Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spell-binding stories about you. All of it squandered now.
What?
Goodbye, new friend.
Yeah, fuck you,
For the
Bucket
moment
Destroyer.
in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
What the fuck? Oh my god, what the shit? Fuck you, Bucket Destroyer. Buckets Bay. Oh my god. Send that thing to hell. Oh my god.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Alright, baby. I am going to go look for more new stuff, okay? So, mwah, you stay there. I'm pretty sure this was the new content door, but it's no longer a thing, so damn it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
No.
Standing now in this incredible room,
We'll go back to
Stanley for the
maintenance room.
but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Nah. I want to see it down here. Then we'll go for the phone ending. That's not Bucket.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track.
Yeah.
So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
No. Fuck, fine.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
You dick.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
No. I don't trust you. Fine. Oh, hey, look, we're back here.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay,
Nope.
okay. We just have to get back to, oh.
Is that
who
him,
am I
Clippy?
kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Wait, can we do this again? Let's see.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
If we could do that again, maybe something will happen.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be...
Why is there so many doors?
Or did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
I pissed
did
on
you
him.
move the story somewhere, or... Hold
Look at
on.
big crapple.
Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Oh god, we're in the back rooms. Oh shit, we ended up in the back rooms. It's not good. Oh no, we ended up in the back rooms. We're gonna die. Oh fuck. That's not good. No, not that.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Oh, thank God we're out of the back rooms.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Maybe.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
How about we just go through the wall? I wish there was a no clip sheet. Just clip right through the wall.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Oh no, we got lost. We got lost in the sauce. What the fuck?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
No, ours was,
Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really
You're a
paid
winner.
off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all.
Jump through
We
the window.
both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
Yes, it was.
Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Oh, jeez. The Stanley Parable
All right,
2 Adventure
I've got
Line.
a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Interesting. Here's another solution.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
No, this is the right way. I swear. Fine, we'll follow your line. Man, some of these workers that they work here, they have like decrepit locations for their offices.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story?
Yes.
Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right?
What?
Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that.
Yeah, you freak.
You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Yeah! Interview! Damn again. The Riddler! Ow! Payday 2! Hey, nice. Corporate balance.
Cut the music, go back, and look at that fern.
Wait, what fern?
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
It's a fern. It's a plant.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Hey, here we go. Chugga. Oh, I guess I gotta follow this line now. Hey!
No, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Well, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
No! You gotta love the line, man. Love the line. The line was your friend.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us?
It was
We're
entertainment.
intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
What direction? Back? Oh.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be?
Wait,
Go
what the
wild.
fuck? What?
Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Porno, gay adventure.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley,
RPG.
I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story.
No, the line is our
lines or
condom.
monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
It is trademarked. Don't acknowledge Pennywise.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here.
One tells a lie,
Just
one
walk in
tells the
circles
truth.
for a minute. Okay.
Oh my God.
So I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which
That's a
means that
legit
somewhere, the
walkable-
place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting
what?
from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since
what?
the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
I don't like you because you made my brain think hurt. Fine. The confusion ending.
Hold up, what's this? The confusion ending.
We end up
You're
in monitor
telling
room.
me
First
that's
rate,
what this
some
is?
dealer.
It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide?
Okay, so we're on the 5th.
Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No,
So
it
he's gonna
can't be.
forget.
I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep
Has to play the
restarting.
story that's
I don't want to
prevented.
forget what's
I never
going
go, I
on.
never do anything.
I don't want to be
Gamer says
trapped like
hello.
this. I won't restart
line,
the game.
follow
I
the
won't
line.
do it. I won't
Perfect
do
offense,
it. I
security.
won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that
Whoa.
mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree?
No, just
I'm
restart.
not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey.
Look, it
though
says
they're
you
always
forget the
saying that
thing, as
life
long
is
as it
about the
restart.
journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
It just does it automatically. We're going for the confusion ending. Sweet.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Wait, am I supposed to follow the story till I can't do anything more?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might, coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Quelle surprise. Wait, are we not doing the confusion ending? I'm confused. I thought the game was supposed to restart. Then I couldn't go any further. Restart, and then follow the line. Restart. Darkness, and then bookstore. Restart.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Huh.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I don't know what that 2, 3, 4 means, where it's all jumbled up.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
Or those ones
Had
that have like
Stanley
red
really
writing
been
on
under
it.
someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions
Like
had
that
been
one, that one's got red writing
manipulated
on
to
it.
accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions.
Oh my God, was that 4 up there?
Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it
Yes.
monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I'm free.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Yes.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his
Looking at a body.
co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What?
I don't think this is the thing. What the?
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
Huh. Thank you.
The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Because there was that opening.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Oh!
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
Maybe if I go onto the, that little vent with the bucket.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply... Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very lucky indeed. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Oh yeah, it is.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Nope.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Into the vent. We're a naughty bucket. We're very naughty. Oh, right, I already did this. Where I was like obsessed with the bucket. Yeah, I already did that one. Maybe it changes if I don't have the bucket.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Why do all the computers suddenly say the end is never the end, it's never the end, it's never... Oh yeah, not you. I already got the heaven ending.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. And here it was, the lounge. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay, so maybe something different here.
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path.
Yeah, okay.
That it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten.
Let's turn that off.
You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you?
Yes.
What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights.
One big idiot.
How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
Good. Alright, let's do one more
A
ending and
soft
then we'll
wind
call it.
blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
This is an ending that's going to require no bucket, so...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
We're going to go for the apartment
Perhaps he
ending
wanted
and
to
then that'll
stop
be
by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay.
It was okay.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
All right.
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. I'm asking, this is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Okay. Big whoop.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this.
Apartment ending, let's go.
Oh, Stanley, is that you?
Hey, baby.
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right.
I got a bun in the
Okay,
oven.
there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Ah!
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
Yes.
Who'd want to commit their life to you?
Fuck you.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
No, fuck you. You toy with my
Sorry,
emotions.
but you're in my story now.
You toy with my emotions. Fuck you.
This
I
is
will
a
kill
very
you.
sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
What?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
There's no bathroom.
Look at him there, pushing
Oh, it's in
buttons,
there.
doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch.
I bet an apartment
Now
like this will
he's
cost
going
like
home.
$1,800 a month.
Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him,
What?
except that he's
Wait, that was a
chosen
couch.
his life. But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was
Hey, baby.
wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his
Hey.
own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he
the
stepped
TV
up from
back
his
on.
desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went
Spend time with
further.
the boys.
He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free.
Am I in hell?
Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time.
Got this cup at Universal Studios.
And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button.
Please
And
die.
I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
What? It's filled with Dr. Pepper, the best soda in the world. God, my nose is so stuffy now. Oh. Oh, pardon me, sorry. Alright, I think that's going to do it for today's episode. Everybody, thank you so much for following along. If you missed any action, the episode will be in my YouTube channel later under the Art of Samurai.
But Stanley simply
like and subscribe,
couldn't
and I'll catch you
handle
on the
the
next
pressure.
episode. Catch you all in the... Oh. Oh, pardon me, sorry. We'll be back with more SpongeBob on the next episode of our next stream session. So, see ya.